Hello everyone, welcome back to YouTube. It's the 22nd of November, Saturday, which means it's leg day, baby. And we are headed to Ultraflex Rotherham. I'm sure most of you know Ultraflex Rotherham, especially if you're in the UK. And I am training with the big man himself, KUBA, my coach, mentor in many ways, and good friend now. I've been working with KUBA now for over 2 years. He took me from coming off the back of my first ever competitive season in men's physique, went into my first classic physique competitive season with him, so my second season, and then we just finished my third season, which was classic physique, and now we're going into the open division, off-season mode. And I checked in today, guys, at 122 kilograms. Glutes still in. Obviously, cycles been in now just under a week, 6 days, which I ran through in my last video. If you want to see my full day of eating, training day, and also my gear setup, watch the last video, which is a rundown of the current setup. But yeah, this is a training video, so I'm not going to go through everything that I eat, but I will show you my cream of rice. I'm going to set off now. It's about an hour and a half drive. So about halfway I'll stop, eat my pre, get there, fucking crack on, get stuck in, big leg day. I do need to hit a little bit of arms afterwards. And then we'll have a little bit of a debrief and chat about the session and chat about how it went, and you know, I'm hopefully can pick up some cues from KUBA. If not, to show some fucking epic, intense sets. And then maybe an off-plan meal tonight. Hope's away for the weekend, so me and her are having a dinner out. So I haven't had an off-plan meal this week. I might just not have one, or it depends. You know, after that heavy leg day, you don't always have an appetite. The CNS is fried, but it's a long drive back. Well, it normally takes about 2 hours, 2.5 on the way back because of the traffic. By the time I get back, I might be ravenous. So we might have an off-plan. You might join me, and I'm on my own. This will be my first off-plan meal if I do on my own, and I love eating on my own. So stay tuned, we'll see. Right, quick pit stop. It's 11:30. I'm meeting KUBA at 12:30, and we'll probably be kicking off training about 1:45 p.m. We'll be starting warming up, so it's about time at 8. Meal 3 is going down here. Interesting concoction. Looks like it's been all mushed up, but that is 125 gram of sushi rice, dry weight, 150 gram of raw weight chicken breast, then a little bit of veg, 50 grams, mushroom, spinach, and then banana, 100 gram of banana and cinnamon on top with sauce. As you well know, I use the 15 grams of 0% fat Greek yogurt as my sauce on all meat meals. Makes it, you know, just loosens it up a bit, and I just love the taste, to be honest. And it's minimal calories, and it's majority of protein, no artificial sweeteners. So get this down me. Got my water to drink. Probably drink about that much left till I get there. Then I get my pre-workout down the hatch as I arrive. And yeah, point of business. Thank you to everyone using my code at VQ, Joe15. This is a new drop that's coming through as well, new tracksuit, but they've had loads of good drops. The Entombed Egyptian Gods dropped just yesterday. And a lot of you have been sending me your orders over on Instagram, which I really appreciate. So thank you very much for using my code. And also, that's obviously the Black Friday sale. All the sales that are on can be stacked with my code. So you get the Black Friday sale, but then, you know, which might be 20, 30, 40% off, some up to 80%. Obviously not all, but then you also put Joe15 on it. It gives you 15% off on the top of that. So the new Entombed t-shirts that are fucking sick are retailing at £43 full price, but with the Black Friday sale and my code, it's like £29, I think. The quality is fucking next level as well. It's like really nice material, and the fits are really good. Also, Conte, my supplement sponsor, most of you are using that. I know a lot of you use the caramel biscuit cream of rice, which is just undefeated, and their whey is next level as well, but they also obviously stock all the other supplements, creatine, your EAAs, Carb Drive. You know, I always run through it. Anyways, they got a Black Friday sale. You can get early access tomorrow, Sunday. Probably a bit late by the time this comes out. This will probably come out Sunday. But anyways, you can use my code Joe30, which will get you 30% off. So if you use that, again, it's Joe10 at Conte, Joe15 at VQ. If you use my code, thank you very much for the support. And also, send me your orders so I can thank you personally. Now, I'm going to tuck into this, get this down the hatch so it can be digested by the time I arrive. I want to be eating about an hour before I turn up. So then when I'm drinking my pre-workout, we're ready to go. All food is digested. You can only use what you digest, guys. There's no point having a big, massive, obnoxious meal 30 minutes before you train, because all your blood's going to be in your gut, digesting. You're not going to get a good pump. You're not going to be able to use it for performance. So good, easy digesting food pre-workout, a far enough way out, 60 to 90 minutes. So let's go. Let's get on the road. It's probably about an hour drive from here, so not too far. Right, we have arrived. Ultraflex Rotherham. So pre-workout is down the hatch. One serving of Conviction, one serving of Mega Pump, 10 gram of glutamine, 10 gram of creatine, and 50 milligram of anadrol. Joking, or am I? You will not fucking know. So yeah, just waiting for KUBA to turn up now, and then we'll fucking get to work. Won't be too much of an introduction. I think we're just going to start getting warmed up. I know he does a lot of warming up, and I need it because I was just driving for an hour and a half. My back's a bit tight. So in order to get the deep range of motion in that leg press, I'm going to be doing a lot of warming. Try and film as much as possible, but wish me luck. Let's fucking get it. Here we go. So we did actually start with 2 sets of plank. Helps with bracing, making sure the core is activated. Lots of hard bracing with this leg day, so also, you know, build out the midsection. Now, onto reverse curls. Just 2 sets here to, you know, pretty much to failure. I don't normally do these. I will be introducing these because it felt tons better with a barbell than I do with a cable. So, you know, just reverse curling it with the forearms facing up, and then a little bit of wrist flexion at the top. As you can see there, KUBA just told me to do that. Now, moving on next, we will be on to the tricep work. Now, this is just simple stuff, starting off with biceps and triceps before every leg day, because that is my priority at the moment, building out my arms, and they do not take away from the lower day. Look, let's face it, if you're doing a tricep single arm extension and feeling like your fucking leg press is fatigued because of that, do something else, bro. Go play golf or something. So here, single arm. Actually trying to create as much distance with the elbow to sort of from the cable in the stretch, and just making this as hard and as excruciating as possible, really holding the contraction. For me, I'm really trying to build out that horseshoe on my tricep, as they call it, the short head, because that's lacking. Overall, my tricep is lacking. So, you know, this is a big, big priority for me, working triceps right at the beginning of the session, because I'm fresh mentally and physically. If I tag these at the end of the leg day, you know damn well they're not getting as much love after a heavy fucking session. Now, moving on to the leg extension. Normally we would do this a bit later, but there was a ton of people hogging up the hamstring curl, so we just thought, all right, 3 of us, let's just crack on. So here we have the leg extension. I'd like to strap in just so I have absolutely nothing to think about other than just dragging this forward. And you want to think about forward and hard contraction at the top. As you can see, rather than kicking it up, is keeping your hips down, right? And then with your feet facing upward, making sure there's a straight line from your hips to your knees to your feet and ankles, dragging it forward. Also, look at the fucking skin texture of my leg, bro. 122 kilograms, and my skin looks like it's about to be torn apart. The pump already was excruciating after the warm-ups. Anyways, stop miring myself there. Now, with this, my main thing that I want to improve moving on to my next sessions is just spending a bit more time at the top. As I am there, I know it doesn't seem like it, but it's a hard contraction. What you want to avoid is just whipping it up and then just letting it go down. You know, that's just moving a weight from A to B. We want to be dragging it forward and then like in your head, like hard contract the quads, not just locking the knees out, actually contract the quads. Anyway, fucking stop beating that drum. Listen and do it. Then, moving on, we go straight into the leg press. I'm just showing you this. One, because my legs are fucking sick, but I'll stop that now. But 2, I like to use a bit of a Kwang Loom, which is like a massage oil, Chinese thing. It's like deep heat, and it kind of just warms up the joints and muscles. So, you know, if you want to get some of that, get on it. I like to leg press and squat sleeveless, you might have noticed, because it makes me just extra cautious in the hole. So here, leg press, two sets on the leg extension, by the way, 8 to 12 repetition rep range. Here we have sort of 6 to 10. This is 10 plates per side. I've never used this before, so I was going in a little bit gingerly. But anyways, fucking max knee flexion is the goal here, whilst not raising your ass off the pad and not letting your heels raise. You want to find a foot position that's comfortable whilst also creating as much knee flexion. There's no point in having your feet right at the bottom of the fucking platform, but then your pelvis is coming up and your heels are raising. Don't buy into the propaganda that it's all right to go on your tiptoes. Yeah, you might feel decent after 2 weeks. Give it fucking 6 months to a year of loading that shit. You'll be in crutches. All right? Have a stable footing, drive through your heels and press down with your big toe and make sure that your knees are following over your toes. That is what causes a lot of knee issues. Anyways, here we go. Big fucking rep here. Oosh. Come on. Annoyingly, my fucking microphones were turned off, so you can't hear the epic set with the shouts, because we were absolutely shouting the gaff down. But oh well, at least we got the footage. I just kind of was in the moment, right? I was just turning the camera on and off, and I wasn't wanting to play around with the kit. I'm sure you can understand. Anyways, back off set, same load. Now I'm a bit more confident into this movement. I took it for the same load. I actually only got 1 rep down, which I was very fucking shocked with. But obviously the first set, I was, just finding my feet with the movement. Finding the feet, pardon the pun. Now that I've kind of got the setup right, the confidence was there. And I think I took this for 7, but very fucking clean, as you can see. And hard brace into the hole. This is what a lot of people do wrong. They hold their breath from the top. Look at my breath. I'm breathing in on the way down and then locking in a hard brace as I approach the hole. Otherwise, you hold your breath at the top and then go all the way down. You're going to be rushing out negative and you're going to gas out very fucking quickly. That's what like powerlifters do, right? You know, because they're doing 1-2 reps. We're bodybuilders. We're doing minimum 6. You know, so if you're just holding your breath after every fucking negative, on every fucking negative, you're going to gas out. Then you're having to rest at the top. We want continuous reps. Do you ever see me resting at the top, sat there with my legs locked out, breathing? No, because you're taking tension off the quad. Keep that shit continuous. Keep it moving. Keep the quads fucking burning, right? And take it all the way to the end. At the very maximum, a couple seconds on that last rep to catch your breath, go. But I don't want any more than that. So anyways, lying leg curl, single leg. We've actually got 2 sets of this here. Okay, very, very fucking nice. I will actually be going from bilateral to unilateral on this. Then the next time I have this lower day, I normally do this laterally, but this felt way better. And what I'm trying to think about is keep the hips neutral, keep the spine neutral. And then in this squeeze here, this is what KUBA's telling me here. It's like when you're at the top, imagine actually driving your heel up to the ceiling. And the contraction is just absolutely fucking crazy. So yeah, drive that heel up to the ceiling whilst you are in the short. And also with the hamstrings, you do not need to fully extend at the knee. Like you don't need to have a fully straight leg. I'm pretty sure I haven't cut this footage here, so you got to wait for me in this zesty position whilst I go into the onto the other side. But anyways, another thing is keep a slight bend in the knee when you are in the stretch, because if you are taking your leg to full extension, you're kind of taking tension off the hamstrings. Like imagine when you're in a bicep preacher curl, we're not fully extending so your arm is completely straight because you take tension off the biceps. It's the same thing. This is essentially a preacher curl for the hamstring curl. And for me, I am trying to build hamstrings. Like, I have very nice quads. Obviously, they still need to fucking grow, don't get me wrong, a lot. But I have nice sweeps, like I have nice structure there. But for me, I need a hanging hamstring. That will really, really bring up my legs. So yeah, for me, hamstring accuracy and execution is super important. You can't just load it because hamstrings are actually quite hard to connect with, for me anyways, personally. So there we go. Let's get me out of that fucking zesty ass position, bro. Okay, moving on to the seated hamco. I'll normally do this before the press, but obviously it was taken. Look at that fucking hamstring and quad separation, bro. So, locked in with a seatbelt, driving my quad up into the pad as we drive down, and then you're pushing into the handrest as you're dragging it back to keep your hips back. So you want to, how does the hamstring curl move? Back in an arc. So you want to initiate the movement with that quad drive into the pad and then drag it back. Not a kick, it's a drag. With power, but controlled. Okay, and then you want to be squeezing fucking hard in that contraction, yeah? And making sure, again, your feet are turned in, so they're like facing up to the ceiling. Same with your knees. Same to the hips. Okay, so yeah, got that shit done. Happy days. Onto the calves. So, calves here, take them just as fucking seriously as any other muscle group. Load them, progress them with accuracy. As you know, if you watch my last leg day, I like to spend a lot of time in the stretch because I have a belief that our calves are very used to being in that contracted position due to us being up on our tiptoes walking, and they're very vulnerable to that stretch because that's almost going to be like novel. So I like to just really, really hang out in that stretch. And since doing that, they've been growing, and they actually don't look too fucking bad there. If you would have seen my legs many years ago, I used to literally get fucking tormented at the old gym that I used to work at because my legs were so shit and skinny. So, you know, 6'3", for the tall motherfuckers, there is hope. You just got to hammer them very frequently for years. Sounds fun, right? Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Well, what a fucking session. Leg day complete at Ultraflex Rotherham with KUBA. Very good sesh. Now, I'm super happy with that Arsenal leg press. Now, the loading itself was the same for the top set and the back off set. I think I got 8 reps, maybe failed on the 9th. I'll have to watch the footage back. And then the second set, I think I got 6 or 7. So only a little bit less, but obviously that first set, I've not done that leg press before. So it's kind of like finding my confidence. In the second set, you know, I was fully fucking engaged and really fucking took it there. So I'm very happy with the performance there. The other sets, like on the isolations, were just of such high quality and taken all the way there. And the thing that I take away from these sessions with KUBA is, as you well know, if you watch my stuff, I always train very fucking hard. Like that's nothing new to me intensity-wise or accuracy-wise. Definitely improve my leg extension accuracy saying that, and I will actually reduce a little bit of loading and change the cam on that and hold it in the short a little bit more, because the engagement I got out of doing that was far superior to what I normally do. I just get a little bit carried away with loading with that. But anyways, the thing that I take away from these sessions with KUBA, whenever I train with KUBA, is the intent of the session. By that, I mean the focus. We're bouncing from set to set between each other. There's absolutely no fucking phone use at all. I leave my phone in my bag. When he's lifting, I'm watching over him every single rep. You know, like fucking shouting at him, you know, coaxing him on. When I'm lifting, he's on me, you know. There's no distractions. I barely look up. We're in the set. And that's what I want to take over to my training with Jim as well. Because, you know, when you've been training together quite a long time, like these little things slip. There's a little bit of phone usage going on. You know, we're filming, it's like between sets that can sometimes slip. We need to fucking turn it back on and get that level of focus back. Like every single one of my sets is very intense. It's very fucking accurate, but there is some time in the gym wasted, and I'm gonna fucking change that. So, cream of rice, 125 grams, pre-prepared obviously. I've got to do a little bit of a tricky thing, making the whey paste in the car. Here's the caramel biscuit. It's going to be lovely and cake-like because it's been sat in the fridge. Absolutely divine. I'm very hungry as well. It's actually my normal training finishing time. It's like almost 4 p.m. And here we have salted caramel whey. This is going to be very fucking tricky, and I certainly may fuck it up. Right, here we go. I'm going to put it into this bigger Tupperware. So then, here's this. Put this away. Gingerly. I do not want whey powder going all over the red leather interior. So, bit of water, and we're gonna make the whey drip. What normally I do, it's 1-to-1. So the ratio of how to make whey drip is, say for example here I've got 50 grams of whey, it needs to be 50 grams of water, but obviously I don't have my fucking scales with me because I'm in the car. So let's just use that. And remember, you can always add more water. You cannot take it away. So start low, work it in, and if it's too thick, add some water. Defo need some more water, and I'll just fucking put it all over my black hoodie. Nice. But yeah, epic sesh. Will be, KUBA is moving to Dubai in the new year, so I want to get at least a few sessions with him, and it's just good to chat in person and him to see me in person. Operation Superheavies is the goal. I'm 122 kilograms this morning. I was having a look at I didn't film it because there was someone else posing in the posing room, but I had a look at the physique post leg day. I don't normally pose post leg day because we did a bit of arms as well. And fucking hell, I'm just still so tight. And I'm 122. And just for your information, if you're new to this channel watching this, my heaviest ever body weight last off season was 125 kilos, and I was pretty fucking, I don't ever get fat. I'm allergic to adipose tissue. But, you know, I was very soft, big fluffy face, like, oh, this is 150 berries going in, by the way. But yeah, I was soft, you know, fluffy off season, peak off season. And I was 125 kilos. I'm now 122 kilos on my first week of my blast cycle, 4 weeks post show, with my glutes straight to fuck. So yeah, some fucking growth is occurring. The only thing that I'm disappointed about with this meal is that I forgot is the cinnamon, but we're all good. There you go. Oh no. A whey drippy spoon just went all over down my fucking black tracksuit bottoms, but we're good. Right, have a look at that. Absolute slag. Look at it. Look at it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I drive a BMW, guys. It's like when fucking hoes get their nails done. Right. Gonna eat this, drive back. My back is gonna be in absolute fucking bits on this drive, let me tell you. It's gonna be like a 2-hour drive, but let's get it done. We'll see what's going down tonight. Whether I fancy an off plan, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, meal 5. This is the first time you're seeing me eat an off-plan meal. So this exact sushi platter I had a couple weeks ago with Hope fresh in the restaurant, and I ate it. Honestly, afterwards I didn't feel like I'd even eaten a meal after about an hour. So what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of all my dietary fats from that last meal, and just have a very small cream of rice with my protein to get the protein target done. But with that being said, it was a massive session, more volume than I normally do, obviously extremely intense as always. And it's been a long day. I've been out all day. Meals were eaten a lot earlier than normal, so this is like, my stomach is gurgling, like this is very much welcome. And just finish off, what an epic day. Days like this just make me love bodybuilding even more. Being immersed around obviously KUBA and other individuals that are just so hungry for progress and hold themselves to such a high standard, like myself, and just have that circle of that winning circle that's so passionate for progress. Amazing day. Honestly, best day I've had in a long time. Finalized. I told you I'd finally show you an off-plan meal. Just look at that absolute beauty. So I'm going to show you one, and I'm going to eat it on camera, and then I'm going to switch off. Enjoy my evening. Whew. Work has been done. All replies have been done. I'm going to sit here and watch some TV. Just think about the session. Think about the coming months. Operation Super Heavyweights. The passion is lit. It was already lit, but it is being fucking stoked today. So, hope you enjoyed the little voiceover. I will do another full day of eating next week and another session. I do owe you an upper body day, which I didn't do yesterday because I knew I'd be filming today. So, guys, please wish me luck. Here we have a salmon alioli. Love you guys. I hope you're jealous. Most of you will probably be in the off season now. So remember, earn your fucking shit. Earn your off plans. Now, signing off. Love you guys. See you next time.